You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, we take you to the Pittsburgh Public Library where we'll get safety tips from the Pittsburgh Police Department to keep in mind while you take your little ones trick-or-treating.
And Missouri voters take to the polls this November. One issue is that people are speaking out about is being able to sell marijuana recreationally.
And we've got some windy conditions for us today. Winds gusting 20 to maybe 30 miles an hour. We'll break down your full forecast coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us for the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. One construction worker is dead and 2 others are injured following a bridge collapse northwest of Kearney, Missouri on Wednesday afternoon. Authorities say workers were pouring concrete for the deck of the bridge when it fell. The bridge, which was replacing an older bridge, spanned Carroll Creek. McDonald County High School honors a fallen hero by dedicating a memorial highway. Christopher Lee Marion graduated from McDonald County High School in 2005 before joining the U.S. Army. In February of 2006, Private First Class Marion was killed while on patrol in Iraq when his military vehicle hit a roadside bomb. Now, this ceremony reminded students that Chris was just like them.
When I think about it as a student that walked through our hallways, it sometimes brings a tear to my eye. I mean, somebody that could have been right next to you when you're in school.
The Marion family waited for 4 years to honor Chris with the Memorial Highway. Halloween is almost here and kids will be heading out the doors to collect candy. KOAM's Yana Dula talked with a resident about safety when trick-or-treating, and she joins us live right now. Yana?
Thanks, Tanya. Good morning. We're live here at the Pittsburgh Public Library. It is important to think of safety when doing trick-or-treating outside. According to Pittsburgh Chief of Police Ben Henderson, it is important to have reflectors on if wearing all the way dark clothing. He also reminds to only go to houses that are lit up or where people sit in the front. Henderson says they haven't found any suspicious goods, but parents should still remember to check that their children's candy is safe to eat. He recommends walking in familiar groups.
Don't be so large that it's an obstruction if you have to cross the cross the road as 30 or 40 people. Try to keep the groups down to maybe like 5 or 10, and go with family or friends, people you're very familiar with, so you know to watch out for each other's kids.
Chief Henderson told me that they will have a trunk or treat event here between the City Hall and the Public Library, and it will be on Monday between 3 to 5 p.m. And also police officers will be joining and handing out candy to kids. Live in Pittsburgh, Yana Haudala, KOAM News.
Thanks, Yana. I think the theme for this year's Halloween celebration that the city's putting on is called the Graveyard Get Down. So that sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. All right, thanks, Yana. Well, those for and against the legalization of recreational marijuana in Missouri are speaking out. Missouri voters will decide on November 8th whether to legalize cannabis. KOAM's Shagun Bomadili reports on the arguments for and against Amendment 3.
If the constitutional amendment passes, it will remove the state's prohibition of selling, buying, manufacturing and delivering, possessing of marijuana for personal use for adults over the age of 21.
Driving under the influence would still remain prohibited. Public use would be prohibited and regulated by local governments. And then it would also expunge automatically previous marijuana offenses with the exceptions of anything involving violence, sales to minors, or also DUI.
Payne says it could help increase the economic development across the state.
Revenue generation for the state of Missouri. So after a couple years, 2-3 years, we think this market is going to be probably about $1 billion in new legally regulated revenues.
However, police officers do have a concern about the amendment and possibly wider use of cannabis.
Affects your ability to concentrate, it slows your reaction time, it distorts your judgment or your perception of things, and those are all concerning factors with regard to driving a motor vehicle.
Sergeant Delzell says personal responsibility will be key to keep users out of trouble with the law.
We want people to use good decision making and be responsible, know their limits, just like with alcohol. It's important that people know those limits. and take action to be responsible. Having a designated driver, those things are extremely important.
Reporting in Joplin, Segun Mamdele, KOAM News.
Well, you can find voting information and a breakdown of races in the upcoming midterm election on our website. That's at KOAMnewsnow.com.
All right, time for us to take a look at this day in weather history. And back in 1929, a winter storm established a record at the time for the state of Michigan by dumping 27 inches of snow on Ishpeming in 24 hours. Thankfully, we don't have any snow in our immediate forecast, but we do have another blustery day ahead of us, winds 20 to 30 miles an hour, but they don't last all day. They'll start to calm down later this evening, and we won't be that bad after that. But do make sure your trash can is secure, because it will be a bit breezy. 7th and Range line looking really good right now as the sun tries to rise. It's 46 degrees in Joplin, east-southeast wind at 10, making it feel like 41. Temperatures across the area in the 40s, 44 Neodesha, Parsons, 42 Pittsburgh, 43 Neosho, and 42 in Monette. As we go through today, we'll be mostly cloudy, reaching a high of 64 degrees, and then some isolated to widely scattered showers are possible tonight, late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, a low of 47. And as we look at the 7-day forecast, you can see where we've got 63, mostly cloudy Friday. Shower chances, again, widely scattered Saturday and Sunday, so don't cancel your plans. 58, 55. Halloween day looks great, partly cloudy, 65, 50 for the overnight low. 70s heading into next week, but we also are watching additional shower and thunderstorm chances as we head into the upcoming week.
Our very own Chef Anthony steps back in studio to show us how to decorate just in time for the holiday season.
And later, a local Missouri high school holds a ceremony to honor a local fallen hero. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Welcome back to the Chef Anthony Test Kitchen. We're here with Chef Anthony Fisher from Pittsburgh High School Culinary Arts Program, and we are going to be doing some Halloween decorating, cake decorating.
Yes. So what we have is I had my students make up these little Franken cakes. You can pick up these nice little foil pans. I think we got 5 for a couple bucks. So they're wonderful because if you're having a party or something going on, you can make these up and then you can decorate them up and have your friends. And here I have a couple different...
These are perfect for like bacon takes.
Exactly.
You know, or like little personal gifts type things.
Exactly.
Nice size.
Just throw a little lid on top. And I have our icing from earlier. And a few other, I have some sprinkles, I have our decorating tips, and this particular kit was only about $35, but as you can see, there's so much in there. So anything that you wanted to do, you could do with this. And with the ease of YouTube videos out there in the world, yeah, you're ready to go. So what I have is, I figured we would start with, how about a mummy?
Oh, I like it.
So let's just...
And this is just a chocolate cake, I guess?
This is just a chocolate cake. And we'll put some...
I guess I'm not talking, you're just putting the wraps on it right now,
Yes.
basically.
I'm just giving him a little wrap.
I suppose you could just use plain white, but you added color to it to make
added some
make it
little-
blue.
Yes,
We got a blue mummy today.
A little bit of character to it. And I'm going to put 2 little dots. And then I'm going to put a little googly eye.
Oh, okay, so you've got candy googly eyes
I
here.
got candy googly eyes.
Aww.
And this is great to do with the kids, and it's so much fun. It doesn't take much to do it, but you get a cute little mummy. And you can do anything that you want. Depending upon which tips that you use, you can decorate them up for the holiday.
So what are we doing with this one?
We'll just do a traditional...
So this one, what type of a tip are you using for this particular
This is just
one?
a large star tip.
A large star. Giving it a nice little star twisting background. Do you have a technical term for that?
It's just a rope.
A rope, okay.
My kids think I'm kidding. When I learned to do this, I was told, oh, you're going to learn how to throw a rope. And I'm like, I'm going to throw a rope. I've thrown ropes forever. But no, and this is what they were meaning when they were telling me this is what I was learning.
Throwing a rope. Okay.
And it's a great little technique, and then you can, even if you wanted to, you can change out your tip. They unscrew really nicely in these nice bags that I have and tips. You can change them. Let's do something like this guy.
Okay, so this one is...
This is just another type of a star tip.
It's more an open star.
Yes,
so
it's open.
Really big one.
And
what are we doing now?
so you can change whatever you want.
Oh, different type of rope.
Yeah, or you can do dots. Because I'm sure everybody remembers the old Wilton pans that were like Superman and Mickey Mouse and all of those from when you were a kid. There's still some out there. I've seen some in Paw Patrol. But these were the type of tips. There was actually a tip that you would use to make the hair. Okay. Or they would use a really small star tip and do small stars all the way across it.
And you could just do dots all the way across, like color by dot.
Exactly. And you can change it. I'm just kind of showing you the different things that you can do with it. But one of the benefits of this is getting the kids involved. Mm-hmm. Because you can have your kids sit here and do this. This isn't really hard to do. And then you can get them an array of sprinkles.
Purple. Because purple and orange are great for Halloween.
And just kind of sprinkle in a little bit of color to them. And I always tell people, use the big sprinkles. And see, I mean, it's not a whole lot, but it's just something kind of cute and fun for the kids to do and fun for you to do. And the icing's really easy to make, so you can make as much as you want, as many colors as you want. And if you have a decent collection of tips, then you're ready to go.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go to break. When we come back, do you want to decorate one more?
Yeah, we'll decorate one more.
Okay, so we will leave you in suspense as to what we're going to make when we come back. All right, so we took a little bit of a newsroom poll and decided we're going to make a jack-o'-lantern. Actually, Chef Anthony's going to make it, so we'll see what he's got planned for that.
I'm using just a large tip.
Making a orange pumpkin base. Okay.
And I'm filling in to give us a base coat.
Just, you know, the solid round one is what you're working with?
Yes.
And
just a large.
And that was just to really put frosting on there so you could spread it?
Yes. And with the confines of the container, I want to make sure.
Which is not really the shape of a pumpkin, so.
No, but.
Working with a little bit of a challenge there. Well, you have to have a face if you're doing a jack-o'-lantern. Is yours going to be happy? Probably would help if I didn't move the table on you.
That might help just a little bit.
Sorry. Now, our googly eyes are white on the back. They don't. If you needed something white, you just have the black dot on one side, and those are edible. You can make them for teeth. Well, that is a very happy pumpkin right now.
Well, he's interesting, but I think he needs
eyebrows or hair? Thinking.
I think he needs another eye.
Oh, because it's a jack-o'-lantern.
I know he's kind of goofy looking, but the idea behind this is for you to go out and just have a little bit of fun with it. And the icing is easy to make, so you can practice all you want. And my kids were so excited when they learned how to make this at school. I've had so much cake and so much icing over the last several weeks. I'll be good through Easter.
You're like running on sugar, literally. Like
Pretty
your
much.
diet is icing, so.
Yep. And when I have a student, every time that we make the icing, she likes to disappear with a glass and a spoon. Yes. But that's okay. She has fun with it. We enjoy having everybody in class, and everybody has their twerks with it. And one of my other students, it doesn't matter how many times I tell them, don't wear black, don't wear black. She always ends up head to toe covered in powdered sugar or flour. So we all have fun. The idea behind it is to have fun. That's the biggest purpose of that class, is just to experience something new. And that's what we do.
Mm-hmm. So it shows some options that you can do for just like your traditional pretty cake decorating with Halloween colors.
With Halloween colors.
Using the frosting as your top,
yes,
like to make the decoration. And then this one is an example of one where you have a base with your decoration on top of it.
Exactly. And it's just a lot of fun. And if you buy a kit like this, it comes with the spindles to make flowers. I never figured out how to hold my hand steady enough to make the flowers, because I shake a little bit when I do it, so my flowers always come out kind of funky looking, but I have fun trying to do it. And there's any multitude of things in there. You can do just about anything that you want. It's just a matter of practicing
What is something, like, even if it wasn't Halloween-y, what's something cool that you could do with, because I've never really worked with like angled ones or something like, or one like this. Like, what would you?
Oh, see, that one's kind of fun to use.
It's flat. It's like half star, half angled. What would you do with something like that?
Now, this particular kit comes with the collars that fit the tips themselves, so this is a wonderful idea to do.
Mm-hmm. Just different angles of ropes, or?
No, that's one right there that you can do with it. This is a little bit harder to do. My hands are a little shaky and my icing's getting a little warm, but you can almost lay up a daisy style flower with it, and I have the wrong shaped cake pan. But it lays out this very beautiful rope line like so.
Okay.
So you can...
It kind of angles it more to where if you wanted like more of a two-dimensional type thing.
Two-dimensional setup. Kind of a little flower. And it just takes, I'm not a baker, or I can bake, but I'm not a decorator. Mm-hmm. But I have fun playing with the tips, and I have fun playing with the icing, and I love to make it and just to do goofy stuff. This is more my speed of stuff that I like to do. This is why I do it, because I can make something goofy and funny and make people laugh.
Mm-hmm. Or go ahead and make a lovely pork product as a gag gift.
That's right. So just having a little bit of fun, doing something, experimenting a little bit, that's mainly what it's about. Because you can, the more you play with these, the more things that you can do. And if you use tips like this one right here, you can do those old Wilton cake pans that are in the shape of a cake, or in the shape of a superhero character, and you just make little dots.
All right.
And it comes out really nice, and you can have fun. But the idea behind it is just to play with them and to learn something with them and have some fun.
All right, well, we are out of time today. If you want more cake decorating tips or just recipes in general, just make sure you go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, and click on the morning show link.
That's right.
All right, and we'll also have a link to the recipe for making the cake on there from last week as well. Thank you very much, and we will be right back.
We've got an absolutely beautiful day ahead of us, albeit a bit breezy. Winds could gust 20, 30 miles an hour, so do be aware of that. We got some passing clouds in Joplin. Clouds will continue to increase through the day. 46, east-southeast wind at 10 makes it feel like it is 41. Temperatures across the area in the 40s for just about all of us. 41 Chautauqua, 43 Independence, 42 Pittsburgh Lamar, and 43 in Carthage as we start today. And as we head through the rest of today, we'll be mostly cloudy, an afternoon high of 64 degrees. And heading into tonight, we could see some isolated to widely scattered showers across the area. I think most of us will be dry, but just be aware there may be a shower or two out there. Otherwise, again, mostly cloudy. We'll drop back down to 47 for the overnight low. And then we're mostly cloudy for Saturday and Sunday, 58 and 55. Those shower icons, it's the same situation. There'll be widely scattered showers. We're not talking like what we saw Monday and Tuesday with just all-day rain, but you do want to keep the umbrella handy. So don't stop your Halloween plans for this weekend. Just keep the umbrella in the car just in case you get underneath one of those showers. Sunrise today is happening in approximately 11 minutes, and the sunset will take place at 6:26 tonight. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, we are 63 on Friday with some AM showers, so any showers we see tonight will be late tonight, early tomorrow morning. They'll clear out and leave us mostly cloudy. Showers, as we mentioned, through the weekend. Halloween day looks good. 65 for the high, partly cloudy, 50 for the low, and then take a look at Tuesday and Wednesday. These 70-degree readings, they're going to last all week long and into next weekend, but you can also see where we're watching additional shower and thunderstorm chances as we head into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next week. So we definitely have more much-needed rain on the way. So we've got our showers tonight, showers through the weekend, and some showers and storms by next week, and temperatures again in the 70s, so not bad. A little warm, though, considering that this is the first week of November, but, you know, whatever. We'll take it. 70s aren't that bad. We'll be back with more of the KOAM Morning News after this.
State's most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:30. Buying a Halloween costume can be frightening, but places like Jake's Fireworks in Pittsburgh operate a seasonal store specifically for Halloween. And according to Retail Dive, nearly 7 in 10 consumers are planning to celebrate Halloween. The National Federation predicts consumers will also spend $10.6 billion on Halloween this year. That's up from $10.1 billion from last year. Now, pet costumes are expected to hit a record high $710 million in sales. But thrifting costumes or borrowing them could save you money.
I try to use stuff that I already have or thrift things because that's just, you know, environmentally friendly, and I try to stay as environmentally friendly as I can. And so just kind of using what I have around me or borrowing from friends even.
Jake's Fireworks is just one of many local stores selling Halloween items. All right. Well, Halloween is almost here, and that's why I'm talking all spooky-like. Kids will be heading out the door to collect candy very soon. KOAM's Yana Dula talked with a resident and police officers about safety when kids are walking outdoors. She joins us live from the Pittsburgh Library. Yana?
Thank you, Tanya, and good morning. We're live here in front of the Pittsburgh Public Library. It is important to keep safety in mind when you are outside doing trick-or-treating or trunk-or-treating. It is almost time for trick-or-treating. While some prefer the traditional door-to-door method, others may consider the modern trunk-or-treating safer. Loretta Price, who recently moved to Girard, says she wants to get to know families in the area. She wants people to know her house is a safe and supervised place to trick or treat.
I'm trying to bring something back for the kids to be able to enjoy their trick-or-treating in safety and being supervised by their children, and just the laughter of the children, just to have a fun Halloween event.
Trunk or treating, a trend that's rising in popularity, can be a safer option. That's according to Pittsburgh Police Chief Ben Henderson.
It's a way for people to get together and come to one centralized location where it's well lit and everybody knows who's going to be there versus diverting out into the neighboring areas that you may not be familiar with.
If you do choose to find your treats door to door, Price reminds kids to only go to houses where the lights are on. You can also look for people who are sitting outside.
My mother is 84 years old. I'm probably going to dress her up and so have her participate in handing the candy out to the children.
Police recommend children not wear clothing that is all the way dark, but if they do, they can use reflectors so drivers are able to see them. And when you get home, Chief Henderson says parents should always check their kids' candy before they dig in.
Sometimes parents will call with suspicious things, but we've never actually been able to verify anything. But back in the day when I was a child trick-or-treating, there was a very big concern about people putting metal objects in candy like nails or tacks or something.
With these tips in mind, your kids can enjoy a spooky but safe Halloween.
Please come. I'm going to be handing out candy. Oh, and by the way, make sure your children brush their teeth afterwards.
Trick or treat and brush your teeth. Chief Henderson told me that they will have trunk or treat event here between the city's library and the city hall. Everyone is welcome to join. It will be on Monday the 31st from 3 to 5 p.m. And police officers will also be joining and handing out candy to kids. Live in Pittsburgh, Janna Hautala, KOAM News.
Yana, I promised you that I would give you some sort of a Halloween joke this morning, so I'm hoping that you can hear me and I'm going to follow through on this promise. What does a ghost say when it has a cavity?
I have no idea.
Boo-hoo. Sorry, I had to.
Thank you. Thank you for the laughs.
All right, I know that you are from Finland, and in Finland you don't celebrate. They don't celebrate Halloween traditionally, so this has been a fun experience for you doing these stories, I know.
Totally, yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, and we will talk to you on our next story. All right, thank you, Yana. Of course, this brings us to our question that we have been asking all morning in our poll. Do you prefer the traditional door-to-door trick-or-treating or exclusively trunk-or-treating?
Well, as you can see, it went back to where it was this morning. It's an even split, 50-50. And I totally get it, because I've done either or. And either or is acceptable. You know, depending on the situation, when Halloween falls, your schedule, either of those could be acceptable options. So I get it. I get it.
Well, and if you live in a neighborhood where no one else on your street does door-to-door trick-or-treating, it's tough to get kids to come to your house. But if you live in a neighborhood where everyone does it, then that's the place to go. So sometimes that's a decision of whether or not you participate in either one, too.
Exactly, exactly. Well, we've got your four-state hero on the way. But first, I'll give you another live look at the Pittsburgh Library as they are getting ready for their Halloween events. Are you? You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14, where your only local morning news at 7 continues. We'll be right back.
It's time to honor today's four-state hero, Jack Kendrick. Master Chief Petty Officer Kendrick served in the Navy from 1953 to 1973. He served in Korea and twice in Vietnam with several units, including the Amphibious Troops Transport APA-45. This decorated hero earned several medals and awards, including 4 Bronze Stars and 5 Good Conduct Medals. A native of Fort Scott, Kansas, we thank you. Today's four-state hero, Jack Kendrick. Well, McDonald County High School held a ceremony dedicating a memorial highway in honor of a former student. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
The JROTC program of McDonald County High School dedicated a memorial highway to honor a fallen hero, Christopher Lee Marion.
He was special, and now he's up there with the good Lord.
When Chris was deployed to Iraq in 2006, his military patrol vehicle hit a roadside bomb.
Too many of our boys and girls have made the same sacrifice. All of them need to be honored. All the way.
The Marion family has been waiting for 4 years to honor Chris with a memorial highway.
Yes, we knew the day was coming. I know the sickness that's going around hurt a lot, yes. And we're just waiting and glad that it happened.
Honoring a former student who gave his life to serve his country inspires younger cadets to follow in his footsteps.
I would tell Chris that we all miss him and that, we really honor and respect everything that he's done for us.
This ceremony reminded students that Chris was just like them.
When I think about it, as a student that walked through our hallways, it sometimes brings a tear to my eye. I mean, somebody that could have been right next to you when you're in school.
Reporting in Anderson, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Christopher Lee Marion was a lifelong resident of Pineville, Missouri, and graduated from McDonald County High School in 2005.
Well, we're going to be back with another look at your forecast, but here's another look at Pittsburgh Public Library as they get ready to host some fun Halloween festivities. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. We've got some wind to deal with today, but nothing like what we had seen over the last weekend. Gusts, though, could be 20 to 30 miles an hour, so do be aware of that. And the other plus is they don't last all day. The winds will start to die down later this evening. However, make sure your trash can's secured for today at least, so it does not get knocked over and leave trash all over the place. Beautiful sunrise at 7th and Range Line. In fact, there it is. peeking up behind the trees over there. It is 46 in Joplin, a light east-southeast breeze making it feel like 41 under partly cloudy skies. Temperatures are in the 40s across the board. We got 43 in Neodesha, Chanute, Parsons, Iola. 42 in Pittsburgh, Lamar, Carthage, and 43 in Neosho as we start the day. As we go through today, we'll be mostly cloudy. The clouds will continue to increase and will be 64 for an afternoon high, so not too bad. And then tonight, some isolated to widely scattered showers are possible. Not everybody will see rain. Most of us will be dry, but those of us who do, it won't be bad, and it'll be late tonight, very early tomorrow morning, so it shouldn't ruin any plans for this evening. 47 for the overnight low. We are mostly cloudy Saturday and Sunday, 58 and 55. There is another chance of some scattered showers through the weekend, not enough to warrant canceling your outdoor plans, but you do want to keep the umbrella and rain jacket handy just in case. And now we'll look at the 7-day forecast. So tomorrow, after we get through some morning showers, we're mostly cloudy, 63. By Halloween Day, we are 65, partly cloudy, and then 50 for the overnight low. So cool, but not cold like it usually is. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, a precursor for the week ahead as we get back into the 70s. But we also watch some increasing shower and thunderstorm chances as we head into the end of next week. Well, in Consumer Watch this morning, South Korean automaker Kia has issued a recall for more than 70,000 older SUVs. They say their 2008 and 2009 Kia Sportages have an engine wiring defect that can spark a fire even when not running. Owners can call Kia customer service to find out where to get the issue repaired at no charge, but until then, they're advised to park their SUV outside and away from other structures. McDonald's is launching yet another farewell tour for the McRib. Fast food giant is bringing back its seasonal barbecue pork sandwich starting on Halloween Monday for a limited time. There have been other farewell tours for the McRib in years past. In a press release, McDonald's said they hope this isn't a goodbye, but a see you later. And one airline is hoping to turn the dreaded middle seat into the hottest ticket on the flight. Starting this week, Virgin Australia passengers who sit in the middle seat can enter a raffle to win trips, flyer points, and other prizes. The so-called middle seat lottery will draw a winner each week through April of 2023. We're going to be right back with more after this, but first, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Well, you might think a beaver dam where there's no water isn't worth a lot, but you'd be wrong.
Jeannie Moose reports on an adorable baby beaver at a wildlife rescue center in Massachusetts who's gone viral with her, I can't say it, with her dam building.
If you want a dam in your doorway, might as well just
leave it to Beaver.
This beaver named Nibby, an orphan living at the Newhouse Wildlife Rescue Center in Massachusetts, where she doesn't get along with another female beaver named Zeeby. So when Zeeby was moved to another enclosure, Nibby became a busy beaver.
Tell me about the dam video. I'll tell you about the dam.
Rescue Center founder Jane Newhouse says as soon as Zeeby left the rehab room, Nibby instantly began damming up the door through which her nemesis had departed. She went back for a stick she'd dropped, and when she got the foundation laid, she left with a spring in her step that captivated the internet. The hippity hop is rare enough that biologists contacted Jane.
They asked if I had raised Nibby maybe with a rabbit or some kind of animal that hops a lot.
Nope, that's just something Nibby does when she's excited. As for the dam building, that's instinctual behavior for baby beavers, even without parental instruction.
It's so ingrained in them, they'll take anything.
Toys, blankets, whatever. During our interview, Nibby occasionally bumped the camera.
And
and the 5-month-old
Nibby from being neat. Sorry.
Had to be restrained when she attacked the door.
Chewing on the door.
She is more inspired to build dams when she hears rain or when a faucet is running. Jane turned one on. But Nibby is hopping mad at Zeeby. And this is one baby beaver who really gives a damn. Jeannie Mose, CNN.
She's very mad about it.
New York.
Okay.
That is not a happy beaver.
No, she was not pleased at all about that situation.
I could not take my eyes off the horrible claw marks that hopefully that beaver didn't do on the lady's arm.
I'm sure it's a tattoo, but no,
Yeah,
you're
we're gonna
right.
go with
Without
that.
being able to see clearly, it looks like she was attacked by a beaver or something. So hopefully that's not the
We'll
case.
let the beaver build a dam. so
Just
she doesn't
stay
need
out
my
of her
arm
way.
anymore.
Stay out of the
Yes.
beaver's way so you
And
don't
if
end up like
the
that.
FCC was watching, we were referring to the bridge-like structure that the beaver was building the entire time in with our CG as well.
Yes, we were.
Mm-hmm.
There is no, I've got no word for it. Anyway.
Foul
Yeah.
language.
Nothing like that at all. However, our forecast gets a little foul as we head into the weekend. Right now, you can see a beautiful sunrise at 7th and Rangeline. 46 feels like 41 in Joplin. Temperatures in the 40s across the area. We got 43 in Iola, 42 Fort Scott, 42 Lamar, and 42 in Carthage as we start the day. And as we go through this day, we will warm up to a high of 64, but the clouds will increase and will be mostly cloudy through the afternoon. And then some isolated to widely scattered showers are possible across the area late this evening. We're talking after midnight, before 8 a.m. tomorrow. Otherwise, 47 for the overnight low, and again, mostly cloudy. Mostly cloudy skies Saturday and Sunday as well. 58 on Saturday, 55 on Sunday. Now, there are scattered shower chances through the weekend, but it's not going to be like what we saw Monday and Tuesday where it just rains all day. So don't cancel your outdoor plans. Just keep the umbrella or the rain jacket handy if you're going trunk or treating or if you have anything else you're doing this weekend because you might run into a shower. So the sun has risen officially and it will set tonight at 6:26 this evening. Days keep getting shorter and shorter. All right, 63 tomorrow after we clear out of those morning showers. Still mostly cloudy. Go through the weekend. 65 on Monday under partly cloudy skies. So for Halloween, we're looking really good. Overnight low of 50, and usually for Halloween, it's freezing outside. So it'll be cool, but not freezing. So we've got a decent Halloween evening coming up. And then take a look at Tuesday and Wednesday. Partly cloudy in the 70s. Well, the 70s are going to latch on to us, and they'll hold on through the end of next week. But we're also watching additional shower and thunderstorm chances by the end of next week as well. So we've got some shower chances this evening, some tomorrow or through the weekend, and then more of them by the end of next week. We got more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Here's what's happening today. 17 people are under arrest in California and Washington state after a massive drug bust linked to Mexican drug cartels. Photos show the haul seized this week in a joint operation by the FBI, DEA, and local officials. It includes 330,000 fentanyl pills. Federal authorities tracked the groups and monitored their efforts to recruit people in the Seattle area to distribute the narcotics. 3 members of a parliamentary group are facing more than 20 years in prison after plotting to kidnap Michigan's governor. They were found guilty of supplying material support for a terrorist act and will be sentenced in December. In a statement, Governor Gretchen Whitmer called the verdicts further proof that violence and threats have no place in politics. And there's no relief in sight for home buyers as mortgage rates rose for the 10th straight week. According to data from the Mortgage Bankers Association, the average 30-year fixed rate is now above 7%, the highest since 2001. Rates may continue to climb as the Federal Reserve is expected to raise its key interest rate at a policy meeting next week.
We'll have mostly cloudy skies build in today and head for a high of 64. And then this evening, some isolated to widely scattered showers are possible. Most of us will remain dry. Will be mostly cloudy otherwise, and 47 for the overnight low. And as we take a look at the 7-day forecast, we'll be 63 tomorrow, mostly cloudy. We get through the weekend, again, scattered showers, so don't cancel your plans, but cool temperatures in the 50s. Halloween looks great, 65, partly cloudy, low of 50. And we get into the 70s through the rest of next week, but we're also watching some additional shower and thunderstorm chances by the end of next week.
All right, well, Thursday is not a day to be superstitious. That's because it's National Black Cat Day.
October 27th shines a spotlight on the dark-colored pets.
People celebrate the day by posting pictures of their black cats on social media.
National Black Cat Day was founded by Cats Protection, a British animal charity.
Black cats have long been associated with bad luck, and animal officials say adoption rates for them are lower than other colored cats.
And they hope this recognition will help convince more people to give these sleek creatures a new home. You gotta love black cats.
Oh,
You gotta love cats.
They
I
look like
cats.
tiny panthers. They're so cute.
They do, and this one wants to go play with the guy with the camera. So that one's like, I don't know what you're doing.
Look at those eyes.
Back up.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with black cat. We had one when I was a kid, and nothing bad happened that I know of. So
There you go.
black cats
There
are
you go.
not necessarily bad luck. Well, thank you all so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We're going to be back with more news and weather at noon.
Have a great morning and an even better day.